Hi, welcome. Thanks for checking out my site. I wanted to post a quick video to tell you my own experience with stretching the fascia. Basically, I've been working in healthcare and working with the body for many, many years. I myself have a chronic injury from years of dancing where I have a leg length discrepancy that I didn't notice and no one really did notice. It wasn't very obvious. But with that, while I was dancing, when I was leaping and turning, I kept pulling my hamstring over and over and over again. And eventually I developed chronic pain in my glutes. And the pain was consistent. It kind of was like a dull ache that just never went away. And sometimes it would flare up and it would just be so uncomfortable that I just stopped doing all the things I love to do, including dance. It totally changed my life without me really realizing that it was happening. I worked in physical therapy in New York for many years and had amazing physical therapists tackle my injury and try to find different ways, different modalities to fix it. I tried everything. Novocaine injections, I tried cortisone injections, I tried Ionto, electric stim, you name it, I tried it, and nothing gave me relief. So I basically gave up. And I'm not the type of person to give up, but I just felt that I had tried everything and that I just had to learn to live with this pain forever. The thing that hurt me the most was actually taking yoga classes. And I loved yoga for so many different reasons, but every time I would go to a class, I had to modify things so greatly because everything hurt that I just tended not to go. So years down the way, I was reading a magazine and discovered a studio called the Genius of Flexibility. And they offered a weekend certification course in this new way to stretch. And here in Minnesota, I work a lot with people that suffer and struggle with multiple sclerosis. So I thought this would be a great way to show my clients something new and give them something new to offer. So I went to New York, and during my level 1 certification class, I was a little bit apprehensive, worried about the work and how my body would feel. And in the first few minutes, they explained that we're actually stretching the fascia. And I had enough background to understand what that is, but basically the fascia is like saran wrap around your muscles. And when that fascia gets tight and pulled, it can cause imbalances in the muscle and then eventually lead to pain or even injury. They also said that this work can clear old scar tissue. And I said, I have old scar tissue. I've seen my MRIs and I had a ball of scar tissue on my ischial tuberosity, or for those that don't know what that is, your butt bone. And so I knew I was dealing with specific, hard, dense, old scar tissue. And I said, hey guys, I have this hamstring injury, I've had it for years, I have scar tissue. And then they'll say, we'll just see how it goes. So into the work, we started a hamstring series, and the instructor worked on me and had someone come over and help assist with some of the work. And she said, let me just work on you for 10 minutes. And in that work, she did 3 exercises or 3 stretches. And I could feel, literally, the scar tissue being changed, moved, and addressed right on point. During that point, I had tears running down my eyes. It was pain, but not pain where I knew to stop. It was something I had never felt before. And I knew she was right on where my pain was originating from. So we went with it. And after that, I got up and stood up. I was also 5.5 months pregnant during that time too. I bent over and I touched my toes for the first time in 20 years without pain. I could feel my hamstring stretch and contract, and I hadn't felt that in so long. And it may not seem like that's that big of a deal, like, oh, she felt her hamstring, it was great. But since that time, I have never had pain since. Never. I have never had that pain that I've been dealing with for 20 years. I might feel things going on down there, but I can touch my toes. I can feel a stretch and power in my legs again, and it's changed my whole body. But to live without that chronic, annoying pain is amazing, and I didn't think that 10 minutes of work was going to be able to do it, and it did. So here I am creating Fascia Fix, and I want to help anyone who wants to be helped. Maybe there's a bit of scar tissue that's in your shoulder or in your rib cage or in your hip or knee, and it might even take just one time to get it just right to address that scar tissue. And if it's not that, if it's just a full body feeling of getting more energy and just reigniting your muscles and finding that balance neurologically as well, this might be work that you would benefit from as well. This approach takes a different element where you can work with someone like me, where I can do the stretches for you and on you, and then you can also take a class where you're actually being led in a group setting, kind of like a yoga class, where you're taking certain poses and movements that you've done before, adding resistance and movement in opposite directions. So they're familiar, but basically flipped upside down. So thank you for listening, and I hope you learned a little bit about my own story and why I'm here and why I'm doing this. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye.